Hi, my name is Dr. John Douillard, and I want to talk to you today about 10 Ayurvedic pillars for weight balancing. And I say weight balancing because it's all about how to reset fat metabolism. It doesn't matter if you're fat or skinny, it matters what kind of fuel you're burning, okay? Now, fat is calm fuel, stable fuel, non-emergency fuel, sleep through the night fuel, handles stress really well fuel. Many of us don't do that. And the first pillar is to actually relax when you eat your food. We now know, and there's good science to prove that our microbes, which are predominant in our intestinal tract, do really well when we're relaxed and calm. And they do really poorly when we get stressed out and we're anxious and watching, terrible TV with violence and things like that. So a relaxed, calm environment sets you up for optimal digestion and therefore optimal fat metabolism. 3 good meals a day, eating a breakfast with nothing from breakfast to lunch and nothing from lunch to supper, provides an opportunity for us to burn fat, fat being the calm fuel. If you eat a meal and a snack and a meal and a snack, you're going to burn the meal and the snack and the meal and the snack and the meal and the snack. And you're going to get used to burning a meal and a snack and a meal and a snack. And if you don't give your body a meal and a snack and a meal and a snack, you're going to crave your meal or your snack. And then you're going to have to eat all the time. And we lose our ability, which we genetically have, to make energy last for a long period of time. So if you want to be a good fat burner, and you do, doesn't matter your weight, you want to be a good fat burner, give your body a reason. Eat plenty of food at the mealtime and then nothing in between. Sort of the old rule, don't snack. Have a big lunch. We now know, studies show, digestive fire and the ability to taste food is much more optimized in the middle of the day. We even have studies that show that the plants provide more nutrients in the middle of the day. So we would eat the plants. Of course, if you stick them in the refrigerator, it doesn't really happen, but the plants actually provoke and put their nutrients into the plants so we can eat them in a more abundant way in the middle of the day. How cool is that? Another very powerful technique is to eat supper as a smaller meal. Soup for supper comes from the word supplemental or soup. And it has to, or supplemental. And it means that eating a big dinner at nighttime when the digestive fires are weakening, these are natural cycles, and the digestive fire is strong in the midday and weaker in the evening, and eating a big dinner in the evening just really makes no sense. And traditional cultures never did this, and we have thousands of years of genetics to say eat in the middle of the day when the digestive fire is in fact the strongest. Okay, so that's important. Making sure that you have the proper diet. Blood sugar being the big epidemic, and if you eat too much fuel, which we do, we eat 200% of the calories we need, according to one study. So we're all eating way too much food. And sugar is loaded with calories that we probably can't utilize, so we just store it as fat. So that's a problem. So begin to start to take advantage of measuring and monitoring your blood sugar and know what your blood sugar levels are. Don't be fooled when you go to the doctor and say, oh my gosh, Mrs. Jones, you've got type 2 diabetes or you've got pre-diabetes. These are things that you can prevent by looking into and taking proactive control of your diet. Now, how do you do that? Well, a couple of rules. We all eat too much, so trying to eat less is important, but many of us are hungry, so we need to eat more. And what we lack oftentimes is the good fats in our diet. Saturated fats like butter and ghee and coconut oil are actually quite good for us, and we need that. And as a result, we've been told for 30 years not to eat those foods. But you can't eat all the butter and all the coconut oil and eat all the processed cooked vegetable oils that are in your breads and things like that. You got to get rid of one or the other. So we're going to get rid of the unsaturated, polyunsaturated vegetable oils, throw them out that are in your cupboard, and you only use coconut oil, ghee, butter, and olive oil. Those are the ones you can really use that are generally available. You can cook with your coconut oil and butter and ghee, and you can put olive oil on things, but don't cook with it. But you have to reduce the other oils, and you have to look on the label and see what kinds of foods have cooked oils, and pretty much everything has some type of cooked oil in it, and that you must avoid. So get rid of the bad fats, increase some of the good fats. If you're going to do this, you got to move. Our ancient ancestors moved a lot. They ate a lot of fat, but they actually exercised significantly. So you must move your body. And I have many videos and articles about how to do that, and all kinds of great ideas, nasal breathing techniques that I write about in my Body, Mind, Sport book. That's a very important piece of the puzzle. And then of course, fiber is something that we really stink at eating. Ancient humans got about 100 grams of fiber per day. We get about 10, 15, or 20. So they get 5 times the fiber that we do. So that's critically important. Start increasing our fiber, okay? Increasing good fats, get rid of bad fats, and get rid of the bad carbohydrates, the processed breads, the processed foods. Gluten and dairy are a whole other issue, but a lot of the issues with gluten are the cooked oils in the breads and the processed starches that are in the breads that are really undigestible. And if you get rid of those and you eat whole grains, and oftentimes, many times, folks don't have the issues that they actually have with these processed foods, and we oftentimes blame them on that they have gluten or dairy. Dairy is generally a very processed product. There's ways, and I've written about that, how to get yourself some really good quality dairy through cheese or different things. And gluten and dairy are not a requirement by any means to be healthy. You don't have to eat any of that, but we should have the digestive strength to be able to tolerate that, unless you have a particular issue that doesn't allow you to digest those things like lactose intolerance or celiac or something like that. So please go to the article associated with this video, and I give you all of these 10 pillars in order, and they're really great, simple strategies that are not just about weight balancing, but really how to be a really good fat burner. When you're burning fat, the brain is calm and stable, and that is just a way better way to go through life. Thanks for listening. I'm Dr. John Douillard.
This recording is brought to you by LifeSpa, where ancient Ayurvedic wisdom meets modern science. Get access to free health video newsletters by Dr. John at lifespa.com.